Hey, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So it is day 5 of the 50K master account with Bulenox, also known as my road to my first payout series. And on the day, it was super duper lucrative. Now breaking down each category, of course, with mentality first. Today was the earliest I've woken up for trading the past week and a half. It was 6 a.m. And before I used to have a strict schedule of waking up early enough to trade and have this whole regimen. But because I've been just super out of it, as you know from the past videos, I've just been giving myself a lot of just relief time. And now I really want to get back into the groove of things, having that strict regimen and just holding myself accountable of getting up earlier than usual. But I still felt like my emotions were under wraps and I felt very calm. So I just didn't feel like I was out of sorts in any way waking up early today. With my strategy, I stuck to my 5 to 20 point moves, and I also stuck within the 15-minute trading window. My first trade was at 7:35 for about 30 seconds, and then the rest of my trading was between 8 to 8:15. So really happy I listened to my plan in that area. And then as far as the news goes, CPI was released at 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, but I'm not planning to trade news on my PA accounts. I work too hard on my consistency and everything to just try to gamble away during the news, and I just want to be in control of when I trade as much as possible. So I'm just going to stay away from that with this account. And then as far as my performance goes, I think with my execution, it was pretty solid. I had ideas in mind and they followed through, and I'm glad that I had trust in my gut to really stick to that trading plan. Obviously, always room for improvement. The main theme across the past few videos is going to be my entries. It's something that I always need to work on. But again, I'm pretty happy with everything. I had 3 out of 4 green trades. The one losing trade I had was 9.5 points, and I'm still happy that was less than 10 points of a loss. So it was a pretty solid day. So across all of my accounts too, not just this one. So I'm pretty happy with my overall execution on the entire trading day. But yeah, I actually did some live recordings for you guys. It's gonna be a bit lengthy, so bear with me, but I wanted to show you as much as I could. So let's jump right into it. So the first trade I took this morning was literally 30 seconds. I jumped into the cold shower right after. So I traded for, again, 30 seconds and I hopped off. So I still have about 14 minutes and 30 seconds to trade. But the first trade I took right here was a nice 10.5 points. I saw we were starting to push up into this fair value gap, and essentially liquidity was stacking to the upside. Now my entry was right here, right at these highs. And as you can see, we're starting to peel back from this entire move down. And I was able to exit right below the fair value gap. So we had a fair value gap down here, and obviously we have one right here. And the same play looks like it's about to take off. So looking at Bookmap as well, you guys can see that there's liquidity stacking on both sides. So there's a big stack at 60, and we're at VWAP. So I'm kind of interested to see if we can break and maybe retest VWAP. But that's a big maybe, because here is VWAP right now. So I'm kind of interested to see if I should take this play soon. But just gonna watch to see what's gonna happen. This is the 3-minute. This is our 15. As you can see, our 15 is definitely starting to peel with some strength. Here's our 5, and then lastly our 1 minute. So yeah, it's getting a little tight around VWAP. Just gonna watch this. I want to see a breakthrough all the way to 60 and maybe even 80, 89 here at this pivot point. So just being patient right now, watching Bookmap, watching everything, and gonna see what's gonna happen. 60. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take this long, maybe for a few points. Sorry, I just realized the glare. Okay, let me zoom in. There we go. I'm gonna move my stop right below this low, and we're gonna take it at 60. Just realized the camera's not picking up the quality or the color of the screen. There we go. Let's see if we can get this all the way through. It's hesitating. It's gonna come back down possibly. Just being patient, watching this. We want to see it push through 60. Also, liquidity is starting to stack both sides, like I mentioned a few times already. But also, 65, 67 is starting to get pretty heavy. If you guys look at the left side as well, we have this very long wick here, so a pretty strong rejection. So let's see if we can even get all the way to 60. Otherwise, this might be our point. Let's watch. Let's see. Okay, we're still above VWAP right now. VWAP is at 49, so if we can hold over VWAP. Now watching right here, we have trading view. We actually broke through and we bounced off VWAP for now. I want to see if we can continue up higher. I want to see a push all the way to 80. That is the target. So lots of hesitation in this area right here. Look at that. Pull to the downside. And I did notice that 3 counter bar right here when I was mentioning that this doesn't look too good for us. So don't really like that too much. Don't really like it at all. We're on VWAP right now, and this is VWAP at 49. 58 is still an area of resistance for us. Looking back at Bookmap, you guys can also see here, liquidity is still stacked at 66.25 and also 60. So it might be a pretty difficult level to kind of push through. Okay, we got slapped right here on this bar at 54. All right, so we got stopped out there for about 9 points, roughly. Okay, entered a long here, as you can see, trying to push to 58. I like this kind of idea just because our Bookmap was looking pretty strong for the upside, and I'm trying to retrace into our VWAP, maybe another break and retest here. And then we still have that 57.50 area as our resistance. Looking at our trading view as well, you'll see on our 15-minute chart, it's really strong 15-minute candles right now. It's trying to really push up. So here's our 5-minute as well, getting really tight around the VWAP. Looking at our 3-minute, same thing. We're bouncing off of our EMA, both EMAs actually. So that's pretty nice to see. We have our 1-minute still getting tight, bouncing off our EMA yet again. So looking for that conviction to push all the way to 60s and maybe even higher. If we can push through this 60 liquidity right here, the 58 to 60 liquidity area, resistance area, and pushing it all the way to 80 for our pivot point at 89 right there. So, and then I moved my TP to 60 and beautiful. We just hit that. So we got that for 17.25 points. So that previous loss of 9 points, that is wiped off. We made an extra like 8 points on that. So pretty darn happy with this trade of holding through. I was looking for that move to begin with, as you guys saw. But obviously, again, entry, timing, all that stuff just wasn't in my cards. We're still pushing to my possible target of 80. Gonna watch this to see if there is another entry for me to take. I'm kind of liking this already in itself, to be honest. I want to see maybe a pullback really quick to 60 again, maybe even 60.5 for an entry. Because you can see we have liquidity at 73 and also at 80. So I'm kind of liking this right here. So this whole area, see 73 and then 80. So fair value gaps line up with our liquidity levels. And look at that. Beautiful way to fill that gap here. I'm going to go ahead and probably take this long. Talk about entries, right? Let's see. Let's see if we actually might have a pullback. Oh, sorry about that. All right. Looking at the chart now. All right, I'm just gonna wait, see what happens, and if I do take the trade, I'll do a trade recap, or I might live trade it. So I waited on my re-entry, as you can see, and then the bulls just really stepped in. So at the same time, it didn't really matter because the bulls were ready to go. 80 would have been tapped already, and perfect. We got in right below that 73 liquidity. We pushed through. We got a full 12 points on that move. And on the day, we are up $52,322.64. Our points is 30.25 on the NQ, and our net P&L is $615. minus our commissions of $19.52, rounded to 20 bucks. We brought in about $595 with 4 trades, so pretty darn awesome. I also copy traded it on my eval, as you can see here. But yeah, all done for
And
today.
that is a wrap of day 5 for the 50K master account with Bulenox. Thank you guys so much for your amazing support and your time for the past few videos of this series. I didn't realize you guys enjoy this kind of content that much. And on top of that, all of my posts that I've been putting in my YouTube community tab about my journal posts, my transparent like psychology and my accounts. Thank you guys for supporting that as well. I want to get back to the root of this channel, which is literally documenting my trading as much as possible. And it just turns out you guys really like it too. So I'm going to definitely keep up with this as much as possible. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. And if you guys are interested in trading with Bulenox, I did secure a deal yesterday with them, and I'll leave that in the description as well if you're interested. But otherwise, I wish you guys nothing but the best and most success in your trading journey, and I will see you all in day 6.